Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm a clerk here at the Macedon Public Library, and I'm here to bring you some of the latest graphic novel recommendations for grades 3 through 5. I always like to highlight our graphic novels here at the Macedon Public Library, but not all illustrated works are necessarily located in the graphic novel section. So I'm going to show you a couple of books that are most of them are in our graphic novel section, but some of them are in our juvenile section. Today, I wanted to focus on some what I call as seen on TV books. So I wanted to highlight a few of those books that they might cross a couple different types of media. You've heard of these characters before. You might have seen them on television, or you might have played them in video games. So we have a pretty sizable collection of graphic novels based on Pokemon. So this is specifically the Pokemon Sun and Moon series. So this is a storyline that is based off of, I believe it was a video game. So it not only has to do with the Pokemon animated series, but also video games as well. What's really interesting about these books is they were originally created and printed in Japan. And so they've kept that with these books. I mean, they are written in English, but what you'll find is where normally you would have the book in front of you and you would start here and start reading. There's actually a little note here that says, "This is the end of the graphic novel. To enjoy properly, please turn around and begin reading from right to left." So they've printed it just like they did in the original Japanese version. So it's going to feel like you're reading the book what would be backwards for us here in the US, because they actually read the book from right to left instead of left to right like we do here. So that's just something to keep in mind if you pick these up, because if you're reading from this side towards this side, the story is going to be backwards. So you have to read from this side going down and then over to this side. Another series that we have that you'll recognize from a video game, although recently from a movie, is fairly new to us, is we have gotten the Sonic the Hedgehog comic series. Now these books are bound together in a way that there's several comics in one book. And I didn't realize before I started looking into this that apparently Sonic the Hedgehog is the longest running comic book series based off a video game. It ran for 20 years with over 200 issues. But each book here includes about 4 or 5 issues a piece. So, and these were based off of not only the original 1990s Sonic the Hedgehog game, but also an animated cartoon series that used to be on back in the day. But you don't need to really know either one of those to be able to enjoy these. You can just enjoy them on their own, and they're fairly easy to follow along and understand. So if you might have seen Sonic the Hedgehog either in video games or on cartoons, or even in the recent live action movie, and you like the character and wanted more of him, we've got a whole collection of Sonic the Hedgehog graphic novels. Another one you might be familiar with from television, from cartoons, is we have graphic novels based on the My Little Ponies cartoon. Now, My Little Ponies were originally started back in my day, and they didn't resemble the ponies you see now. I think this version is much cooler than the version I grew up with. And what's fun about these books is they're not retellings of the episodes. They're actually about 4 little short stories in each book that involve characters you've probably seen before, but it sort of supplements the stories that you see in the cartoon. So these are all new stories with a lot of your favorite characters. So that can be a lot of fun if you wanted more from those characters, or you wanted more stories, or if you just wanted to take a break from watching TV and wanted to see, to read and also see some absolutely beautiful full color pictures, you can always come and look for our My Little Pony section. And they're under My, so they're not by author, they're under My for My Little Ponies. And the last one here, this is the one that actually is not in our graphic novel section. It is in our juvenile section, because it is a fully illustrated novel. So it doesn't have the panels like a comic book or like some graphic novels, but it is rather the paragraphs of prose that you see interjected with a lot of illustrations to supplement the story. And this you might have seen on Netflix. It was a book series first, and then they made the Netflix series called The Last Kids on Earth. This is, I believe, a sort of zombie apocalypse type of tale about these 4 kids that are left to fight off some monsters and to survive on their own. And these are a recent addition to the library. These are in our new section, in our juvenile section. So if you've seen the animated series and you wanted a little bit more in depth, because the difference between reading the book and watching, say, the movie or even a series is that in a book they can express things in a way that they can't necessarily get across in a visual medium. So sometimes you get more from the characters' internal dialogue, or sometimes you get more about how characters are feeling or what they thought about certain things. So it can really enhance that experience of those characters. And it can be really, really enjoyable, especially if you like those characters, to just get a little bit more from them or to get to know them a little bit better. So if you were familiar with all of these characters from whether from video games or television or trading card games, and you wanted more from your favorite characters, these aren't the only ones we have that are based on characters from other mediums, but those are some examples of a few that we have here at the Macedon Public Library. And it's a great way to maybe get away from a screen from time to time and get in front of a book. So I hope that was enjoyable to you. I hope that gave you some new reading materials to look forward to. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.